So I totally
Kulangan ng PLE
Yeah,
kemarin.
I mean, the two main picks that should
Lawan
actually
BREN.
three main picks that should never get to go through Natalia, Brody, as well as the Esmeralda. I feel like these three are going to be the staples, 100% pick and ban. And we've seen Brody actually drop games before, but when it comes to high-level teams like BREN and Alter Ego,
Yes,
that's just a free win.
Exactly. I would like to have an honorable mention there,
dari AE dari
especially
Natali.
after day one.
Rudy.
Jawhead. People just have had it with Jawhead.
Rudy.
It's over. Like, we don't want to see this guy anymore.
Well, I think it's not because of his numbers. Esmeralda, and Talia and Brody, their numbers, they got to do something about their numbers. But Jawhead is 100% efficient because of his kit. That ejector, absolutely ridiculous.
Unstoppable force, don't get me started. It's unstoppable. All right, we're waiting for one more ban from Alter Ego. That's the Sylvana taken out by BREN ESPORTS. So they understand the versatility, the flex that's very
Apakah Lancelot akan di-ban?
present when somebody is
Gara-gara tadi
considering
Pacific.
a Sylvana. And there you go.
Esmeralda
We talked
di-ban.
about it. Speaking of the devil,
Pilotnya
that's
dito.
going to be Esmeralda. So right now, first pick for BREN ESPORTS. Let's see how powerful
Apa mau Matilda?
that
Bisa saja.
first pick priority is.
Bilang
I
pakai.
want to see how confident they are on this
Dipakai.
Matilda here.
Ya dipakai.
Oh, there we go.
Very much so, Gideon. Very much so. And
Dipakai.
why is that exactly? I'm guessing it's because of how much early game pressure there is.
Matilda.
She has great damage. She builds the whole team's mobility. Like, it brings her up like 2 or 3 tiers. And her ult confirms one knockup. At least one knockup. So that's a CC that very many heroes at this point of the metagame just can't answer. It's so hard to read, even with a Purify.
I would totally agree here. And it's very on brand for BREN and their aggressive playstyle. Because again, not only aggressive and fight mechanics playstyle. They want to be able to fight really suits that when you want to include wombo combos, you want to add the Song, you want to add the Alice, then you've got some cool things to go around. But Alter Ego now have to deal with it.
Pakai adalah
Take away the Yuzong, take away one of their tools, and also bring in the Ling. Now, I think Ling is kind of interesting. It's a big tell. It's a really big tell to show your jungler and say, hey, this is what we've got right now.
Hey, got that.
No problem, I go assassin.
Oh, well, this, exactly this. You're able to answer back. And if I may say, in addition to being interesting, it might even be hyperbole. It might be a non-starter. Like, if you catches you with a circling eagle, that's already a -1. So I don't know. Selly Boy here has to play very, very carefully. Nice pickup on to the Benedetta by Flapteezy. Again, it's surprising sometimes how much he's willing to let the Benedetta through. Like yesterday, I think we saw her come out last pick, very last pick.
Exactly.
So even that just baffles my mind. But right now, Cho as well, solid pickup, might be a tank. Most likely a tank already. I think it's not worth it anymore. The cost of playing around with your picks like this, especially second pick as a Cho and putting him in the side lanes, it just hasn't been very successful.
Jadi Ben, Lancelot, respect Ben. Gara-gara ada CP tadi. Respect Ben.
You've already got the Benedetta.
Lancelot.
Cho, who's really annoying. Matilda, absolutely ridiculous in the early game, and you only have a low Yi to defend yourself. Yutong right now can't really do too much.
Big Grail si Ben. Respect. Ada beliau
Looking at BREN, they're making sure they're getting rid of the Tigreal. Okay, sure. At least you can't push us out of your jungle if the situation does come for it. So Alter Ego, they're going to be looking to reply. All right, that's fine. You're getting rid of one of the tanks. Akai is still on the table, and we are red side, so we get first pick.
So at least Leo Murphy will have his bases covered, but I'm wondering exactly how Pi will be responding. I guess Pi still has the Claude. Ooh, unless Carlteezy steals the Claude, they take out the Hayabusa. So I think they understood that if BREN ESPORTS gives Carlteezy an assassin, then all the more Selly Boy's gonna have a bad day. So I think they understand that, and they're gonna force Claude onto Carlteezy, and then the whole Matilda X something combo is
Oh, BREN taking Alice. I definitely understand why, but I would have expected them to actually pick it up much earlier on instead of the Cho. But that's absolutely fine. It comes down to preference really more more than actually being a draft mistake. So I can totally let that go. Alter Ego getting that first pick here. Now, they could go blind. They could go for a blind pick Lapu Lapu and let BREN Esports play for that counter on that lane. We've seen it happen before. It's not fun, but hey, Lapu Lapu can make some moves here, especially when you're giving it over to Celibor, or even
Give it to Pi. Most likely going to be Pi here, unless Pi goes ahead and becomes cheeky, because I don't think there's enough damage here that scales. Like, you need more scaling damage, so I'm guessing it's going to be a marksman in the side lane or something like a Harith, but they will take care of
Kai
Celiboy
diambil.
first. So that's the Akai for Celiboy.
Yep, it's going to be Pi. Claude gets picked up for the side of BREN. The scaling taken care of.
Yep, they push him, though, into this marksman role. So the whole wombo combo of Matilda, X something, that X something should have been an assassin. I think it should have been an assassin to really take care of the Ling.
I think it's okay. I actually think this is okay.
Slower, though.
It's a little bit slower, of course. Not exactly, you know, the best, but Claude is one of those marksmen. 2 items can start to get the ball rolling really, really quick.
Yeah, so I'm
Same
guessing
goes for Leo Murphy on the Ling as well. However, it's that chase mechanic, and it's going to come down to mechanics, like pure mechanics here between Claude with Matilda as well against the Ling. Final pick.
They're lacking some magic damage, but that's fine. I guess you go for just shock and awe. Essentially, what Carl Tizzy here has to do is build that Demon Hunter sword, build that golden staff, and then just try to go ham as soon as possible. Hit the ground running. Now for Alter Ego Sports, they still need something for Pi.
1-1.
It's going to be the 1-1. And,
yeah.
Interesting how they pick the 1-1 still, given that not many of BREN Esports' heroes stay put.
See, here's the thing. If they showed the 1-1 earlier on, and then BREN could just opt to decide, you know what, I could just pick the Harith, I could pick a Harith into it. It's not the worst matchup in the world, but now that they've locked in the Lapu Lapu, it allows Alter Ego to look for that counter pick at the end of the day. So, honestly, some great drafting overall from both of these teams. They've got their plus sides, they've got their downsides. It's A-okay, but this is going to be the first match, and honestly, BREN, the composition, as you've been telling me, as well as the other Filipino guys are telling me, this is pretty much their bread and butter. Their early game, they can be aggressive, but if that fails, they can drag this game till Kingdom Come, until it is time for the man himself on clock to scale and carry the game.
And that's the story we've been telling for the past, few months.
14 days.
Well, yeah, also 14 days, but even back home, like, this is what they do. Again, they're so used to 25, 28-minute games, and
oh my goodness,
as tiring as that sounds, it really is just what they're good at. So right now, I'm guessing if we're writing a new chapter, if the author has changed, if this is like the trade paperback, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn, and I hope you're ready for the appetizers, because game 1 is upon us.
Oh, my mouth is watering. Let's see the lane assignments from both of these sides. Who is going where? As Benedetta running up inside the goal. Wan and as well as Akai is going to meet him right head on. Ling going to be looking to actually maintain into the mid side. He's not going to go straight for his buff just yet, knowing that BREN is going to be very aggressive early on.
I like what they've done here. They actually put Flap TZ on the Benedetta. Usually what happens is you send over to the gold lane and then you swap it out. But right now, hold up, Lusty is picking up. Leo Murphy, he sensed it.
Yeah, I mean,
tanks.
He wins. Lusty does win this at level 1. Leo Murphy really can't do too much as a Kai at level 1. Level 2 is when it's a little bit easier because he can get in and out of fights. But now, look at Flap TZ. He doesn't have to worry about the Cho, and he can jump right onto Pi at level 1. This is how they want to play.
Yep. Again, back to what I was expecting, actually. Lapu Lapu versus 1-1. Usually a non-starter, but right here, this is okay. BREN Esports is comfortable here. Flap TZ will sometimes even be able to get maybe a kill or two onto Pi, and that's great for stopping Alter Ego's scaling. But right now, let's watch what the rest of the squad's doing. Yeah, it's just both cores, Celiboy and Cartesi, keeping the outside, getting the buffs, and Leo Murphy is not letting go.
I mean, this is good. They're trading shots for shots here. As long as Lusty does not get hit by those, by Wanwan's passive and gets locked down, then it's fine. It's overall okay. But a lot of priority onto that top side, especially for the first minutes of the game, just to protect that red buff. Just in case, if you go for that invade, we have people ready to respond.
The orange, super important for both of these players. Right now, Celiboy picks a fight.
Oh,
He
boy,
takes a
hampir.
little bit of damage here, but I don't think it's going to be a full commitment just yet. 3 more seconds until the turtle comes back up, and that Bren, they're calling it. Oh, the blazing duet gets a little bit
Jadi
onto
dia dikeluarkan
Rico,
dan
but he's just there
ada
for that wave. Again,
menimbulkan
this is about the
prosedur.
macro play. It's about those objectives.
Yep, and both teams kind of understand the fanfare that's involved in this matchup. Again, we saw a false engage by
Langsung
Celebi
masuk ke
pushing
turtle,
Carlteasy back,
guys.
and then we saw Carlteasy just kind of tease the Blazing Duet, and now they've begun going for the turtle.
Easy.
Yeah, he can actually go in. Yeah, Black Dragon
Ya,
is actually going to be jumping on
keluar.
dispersion as well.
Dicuri
However,
bangnya
the
sama
backline
Boy dan
doesn't manage to get on up.
first
First
blood di
blood is secured. It's
Oh,
going to be a full
dapat
fight here, but it's
core-nya.
not looking good for
Oh,
Alter
tidak.
Ego. They've already lost their link in the process.
Core,
Brand
bos,
is
core.
going to take full control over this matchup. Yeah, trying to get
Core
off
dibahas
first
dengan
blood. It's
core.
going to heal him up, but
Aduh,
Leo Murphy is on the run. He's going to
Aduh,
get hit by
kalau
the
tidak etis.
Swallows as well
Juga.
with the help of few. Oh my goodness, Bren come up huge off of that one fight.
Wow, I think given this 3-for-1 trade, yes, they do take down Carlteasy, but I think the real highlight, the marquee play here is the super rookie himself, Flapteasy. If the Benedetto was not there, this would have been sideways for BREN ESPORTS, but instead they come out winning the trade. Sure, Carlteasy plus the turtle, 3 kills. I think right now they're liking it because they are ahead about 200.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very small lead. It's still something, but let's see how this is going to play out because this was one big fight. Now they're ahead in only just a little bit in terms of EXP. They did give up a little bit as Pi. He's going to be popping us onto Flapteasy here, but not enough to put him in any real danger or force him to go back into base.
Ooh, look at this duel down bottom. Oh, here comes us.
Oh, yang mati.
Right on top of it. Can he get the kill? Yes, he
Mati.
does. He secures that. A bit of
Tanknya
a
killing
mistake
spree bah.
coming in from Yam's side, but Brent is going to take full advantage. But Tilda going to harass Udil for now, and he's got to be careful. He's maintaining mid pressure, but topside Pi is scaling very nicely.
That's going to be a Hurricane Dance
ngunci pakai
by
Akai.
Leo Murphy, and of course, the sticker. And, oh, what? All right, that's what's scary about Few. That's what's scary about Matilda. Like, I think Alter Ego knows that he still has the circling eagle, and Few gets blasted right there by the dispersion.
Oh, yeah, and Pi, he's trying to kite his way all the way forward. Flapteasy walking up, Pi saw what was coming, and he was like, nah, I'm not having none of that right now. I'm going to carry my team. Just give me some time, boys.
I think it's at the point where right now it's all about Flapteasy, and then later on he goes for the alley-oop to Carlteasy, and this is huge pressure down bottom.
Yeah, I think they understand that, you know, team fighting as of right now isn't going to be working out too well, so they're willing to kind of just like show, hey, yeah, we are trying to get mid-pressure, we've got bot lane pushing, they've controlled the waves, and now they're going to force something here.
Oh, Murphy hampir mati.
Murphy taking a bit of damage as well.
Aduh, Murphy mati.
Towards that backline, but he's taking way too much. But Boy,
Ya, Sally Boy datang, double kill, tidak double kill.
he's trying to look for any opportunity to chase them down. Gets a little bit of a shield. Can he take out Pi? No. Oh, but Cartesi.
Oh, Cartesi. Aduh.
Forward and aggressively to take him out. It's a 1.
Tidak enak Alter Ego.
How perfect, even the out. Carlteasy planned this all. Ribo sitting at 0, 1, and 6. Not getting any stacks on his Festival of Blood, but that's fine. He's doing all that he needs to do. And right now, the pressure is on this mid lane, the main artery. If this is a successful push by BREN ESPORTS, then it's going to be all the easier for Carlteasy to once more get back into the game. He's sitting at 1, 1, and 2. It sucks for your jungler, for your core to die in the early, but I think they're on the road to recovery.
I think at this point in time, their saving grace right now is going to be Leo Murphy. If he can find a pick, or maybe make a play for that team, which is what Akai is known for, even in the past, it's going to be really tough, especially against a lineup from Bren, because few can save a lot of their members almost immediately after the Hurricane Dance.
Oh yeah.
Oh, tidak terudil. Waduh, berbahaya.
Actually struggling as the core.
Cukup berbahaya memang Timo.
Bren is doing all right.
Yeah, oh, here it comes away. The
Akai
Dragon
tendang.
Murphy here, trying to force something out of him. Selly Boy comes in pretty
Oh,
hard.
Selly Boy.
This blazing duet to kind of show them back away. You're not going to get any more control over this mid wave.
That's what I'm talking about. He has unexpectedly stacked up, so his Art of Thievery is doing okay, hence the blazing duet actually hurts, and Sally Boy had to call it quits, get out of there, and it's not like Sally Boy is having the best time of his life as well. I mean, it's just a matter of time before Bren starts to go for the choke and starts invading aggressively, and it just hasn't happened yet because we haven't seen any turrets. Once the first turret goes down, basically Alter Ego or Bren, whoever gets it first, will start pressing the advantage and start choking their opponents out. And right now I think both know
Ya,
that's
bab
what the others
ketiga.
up to.
Exactly.
Tackle
Brent,
ketiga.
they really
Tackle
want to push
ketiga.
this agenda here because they know that alter ego, eventually, once they get their items, it's going to become a struggle. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Check it
Akai
out. Leo
jadi
Murphy here
korban.
with
Oh,
a
diambil lagi
illegal bang in
babnya.
from
Aduh,
Devu here.
Akai.
Selly Boy trying to get into the fight, but he can't.
Ke atas sama Udin. Satu,
Even trying with the rotation. He's
dua,
going to turn this fight around.
tiga,
Udil finds the
empat.
opportunity and gives a free
Satu tukar
fight to
empat.
his
Oh,
team.
ma.
Well done for
Oh, mega kill.
Fortune in
Aduh.
favor of alter ego.
Flap Easy gets someone out on the way. Pi. This straggler,
Pendetanya
I think he did as
begitu
best as he
berbahaya.
could, but maybe there was
Itu
just a
bisa
small
snowballing itu sebenarnya.
miscommunication. Maybe if Flap Easy was instead of clearing the
Pas
way,
tadi
would
Udil
have done better
datang,
to join the fight.
Akai mati. Langsung
It was
yang
such
itu
a
masuk.
big blackout. Look at this.
I mean, let's
Cantik
be
kali.
honest. Immediately when you see
Masuk
like
kali
that,
ultinya Udil.
and you see that rotation cut
Hmm.
off all the
Skill
exit
1,
points
skill 2 Udil
for
masuk
BREN
semua.
Esports.
Satu tukar 4. Mantap kali.
They were all conglomerated in an open area. This just, it's not as close as you think it is, especially when they're that close together. But wait, hold on. Leo Murphy using the Hurricane Dance. Yeah, I'm trying to go for the run here. Brent was not happy about that fight, and they will find their retribution.
Oh, they have been revenged. All right, after that replay, I guess it's just not enough sword intents for Flappy to join soon enough. So
Iya,
right now, the best
akesnya
thing for
tipis
Esports can do is
tanknya.
try to make up for that
Orang
big
tebal.
trade that they lost. And right now,
Kenapa
Pi
nggak
is
high
just
loss aja
putting a
dipakai?
beat on Lusty. Oh, I think he's going to make him pay.
Oh, Sally Boy, he's going to pick up
Oh,
his
jadi
kill
bukan
right
masuk.
away. And Pi is able to pop his ultimate
Masuk
just
lawanannya.
in time to minimize any kind of damage and allow him to rotate back into lane. Yam here, he's actually going for that. He's
Wow.
actually going for the blade armor here. All right, that is
Sampai
good.
armor
He's
90
he's like,
ternyata
I'm
Yam.
tired of dying.
All right, Carl, try it again.
Oh.
Carl, try it again.
Yamnya.
Both of our junglers here are doing exactly what we thought they would. Oh, and that's
Main
a good
defense
push
dia.
up top, BREN Esports. But again, Alter Ego Esports, they really made that last trade that they won just work for themselves. They've converted into 2 turrets, and right now Yam is the target, and Blazing Duet just short of maybe 3 or 4 bursts.
Oh my goodness! Can we check the items out here because that is quite a lot of damage. Okay, he already has the Demon Hunter sword, so at least he has some form of damage there. So he does have the Endless Battle.
Yam
and
menit.
Song ends up dying off screen there. Okay,
Yam
that's
harus.
not likely. But now Sully Boy in a little bit of trouble here as he gets hit by Lusty, but he's still able to rotate on out of their Battle Mirror image to make sure he doesn't get hit by the rotation here. But yeah, back to the items.
Yeah, I'm guessing the
Langsung pasang Athenation. Hanya untuk Udil seorang.
Bloodlust axe first is because of the lack of magic damage from BREN Esports. Usually what you do as a Yuzhong is try to go for the Oracle as soon as possible. But right now, it's just not worth it. That amount of gold is just not worth it given that there's only really one source of magic damage, and it's not even like the kind that you want to stop. It's more of something that builds on other things.
Agreed. And Sully Boy, he's in the middle of a 1v1 against Flapteezy here. This is just an epic trade of swords. But yeah, coming back to your point, actually, I think what's really interesting is that Yam, I think in very alter ego fashion, wanted to win his lane. So it's like, you know what, Bloodlust X sounds like a pretty good idea. Oh, is this going to be a fight going to break out here? Is Lusty looking for an opportunity?
There is some damage present. I mean, Kartezi is a simple battle mirror image away. Right now, it looks like the name of the game for BREN Esports is to regain parts of the map. Hence, they're not picking any fights unless it's Flapteezy who knows he can get in and out at will. It's all about trying to regain bottom and mid.
Yep, and here's the golden staff purchase. This is huge.
Blazing Duet keluar. Oh, hampir mati.
Easy. Oh my goodness, you gotta stop
Oh
it
my
there. That's a
God.
lot of damage. He's playing off his power spike
Oh my God.
perfectly, and now
Shownya masuk.
directly, they want to push even further here. Yam trying to disengage the fight.
Datang dari Yam.
They're gonna be
Jadi,
sniping up
ya.
high. Actually able to
Aduh,
survive
Korea
halfway
mati.
range as well,
Satu,
but Yam has to
dua.
trade
Aduh.
off. It's gonna be 2-0
Ini
in favor
bencana
of
untuk
Brent as they
AE.
look to be even more
Nah
aggressive.
ini.
What timing on that fight?
Their patience has been rewarded. Now Udil able to blast down these
Coba untuk
3.
tahan.
And I think
Mak,
it would be best
dengan
if
seorang
BREN
Udil
Esports takes
recall.
what they can, take their candy, go home, and enjoy it. If they push this any further, and Yam and Boy are here to make them pay, then it might go ahead and bite them in the behind sooner than they expected. So right now, I think you're right. You mentioned the power spike, and yeah, going past the 11-minute mark, Cartesi hasn't had a good early to mid game, but as we approach his maybe third or fourth core item, that's when Alter Ego Esports should watch out.
Yeah, I mean, no, even now when Cartesi had just 2 items itself, the moment he got the golden staff, he's telling his team, okay, we need to fight right now while I am strong, because the moment they start picking up their items, it's not going to matter, so they're going to force that fight, and they manage to profit huge off of that, so well done for BREN Esports on that end, but Alter Ego now in an awkward position in themselves as they've lost all their tier 2s, so they don't really have control over the jungle. Going to fake them out here as BREN looking for an opportunity to catch somebody off here.
Oh, I'm just watching Few, man. Once he pulls the trigger on the circling eagle, that's one purified down. Waiting for Yam to do the same thing. And it looks like all throughout this mayhem, Cartesi just bought enough time. There's a sneaky lord, and it's Luminous too.
Yeah, Luminous Lord is going to be a huge win here as Sully Boy just, again, knowing that his team is behind, he needs to find gold somewhere across the map. And Fatizzi realizing, oh, what happened to my wave?
You know what? Here's something to note. I just saw that Flaptisi picked up an Oracle, and that's how much BREN Esports is making the most out of this gold lead. That's what, close to 5,000 gold? Yeah. And that's what awards Flaptisi his hard work. Sitting at 4-0-2, he can say, okay, there's only also one other source of magic damage, but I'm willing to take a chance. I will build this Oracle because these fights are lasting longer than I'm comfortable with.
Yep. Now, this is where they have to macro it perfectly because they want the waves to crash simultaneously. Oh, they've done it. Look at that. Ooh, it's like so aesthetically pleasing.
Like synchronized swimmers.
Yeah, it looks so good. They get the last tier 2. Luminous Lord crashes into the inhibitor here. Are they going to rotation comes down, and yes, they are. Flaptisi trying to get into the back line here with the final blow already coming through. It isn't going to be enough. Getting caught out of position here, but it doesn't matter because it's Matilda.
Showing us that, hey, this is still our base. These are our turrets. You watch out. Oh no, Leo Murphy jumps out.
Oh no, Few, he's going to get some good. The Wisps are doing some major damage here, but now Cartesi getting to the backline with a blazing duet. He's holding his ground. He takes it back. Not even using his at that point of time. And finally, Udil gets the kill with the dispersion and the rotation here. Finally, the Train of the Dragon is going to be pushed onto Udil, who uses his Winter Truncheon to protect himself. Yam going in. He wants to chase this down. He's not going to let him get away with this anymore. Rebo on that Lapu Lapu. 1v3.
Satu lawan tiga. Lapu lawan tiga. Ya, mati.
Run, Rebo, run just wasn't enough. He didn't make it to the Cyclone. Now, even if he did, I'm not sure how much gas he had left in the tank. One thing to note, Cartesi went too deep, too fast. Yes, he was confident. Yes, this is the best time to do that. But now I'm just saying, a bit off more than you could chew. If it was me personally, I would have just said, hey, take the inhibitor, call it a day. But right now, I think we're in too deep, and they're going to go for another.
A little bit greedy there. Wanted to maximize his time. He didn't instantly go for the second part of the Way of the Dragon, which allowed him, which allowed Silly Boy to pop his ultimate in time. Now, looking at the way this is going here, Alter Ego evening out the score, 43k, even down an inhibitor. That's kind of nuts, actually.
I guess they're willing to sacrifice the inhibitor. But right now, another fight in mid.
Oh, they're holding their ground. And finally, Few, he jumps right over the wall, getting his whiffs down. It's not doing as much damage. He doesn't see it as nicely. And Flaptisi, he's walking up. He's looking for that opportunity, but AE just won't let them have it.
Not so quick, they said. Not so quick. Right now, BREN Esports, what are their options? Again, just manage the waves. Right after that turnaround up top, where maybe BREN traded out a little more than they were willing to pay, Alter Ego made the most of it and cleared the waves. They pushed up top, they pushed down bottom, not exactly penetrating, but the fact that they're able to catch up to their net worth. Yeah. All right? The fact that they turned it 43 to 43 square, that's amazing. That's impressive. And that just means Alter Ego is still in the game despite how well Cartesi recovered as a core and how well Selly Boy is still making the most of Link despite all of the nerfs in the past months.
Absolutely. And I think Alter Ego just doing a phenomenal job here. However, Cartesi did finally get the most necessary utility item on every single Claude. The beautiful Winds of Nature, just to protect himself against Sully Boy when necessary. However, if we're talking about scaling versus scaling here, Alter Ego has a much stronger late game composition.
Ewan ko lang po sila kayo tapos don't use fault.
Pi,
Tertekan gitu.
Udil,
Bisa
damage.
comeback dia.
Getting hit by the Wave
Harus main
Dragon, but
sabar.
it's not going to mean anything. everything, and Sully Boy naturally
Terus mencari
on the
kapalnya
lane.
kesalahan.
Yep, and I think that's why he picked up the Wind of
Main
Nature. Oh, sorry,
tabrak.
he picked up the Wind Talker. There you
Lagi
go. It's a
jaminannya.
Wind of Nature for Cartesi. It's a Wind
Ya,
Talker
Ding dapat.
for Sally Boy, and just like that, he
Baru aku
picks up
bilang kan,
that
tunggu lawan buat
visibility boost.
kesalahan.
Yeah, there's just no
Berarti
time.
punya one-man.
Literally,
Menit lagi
there's no
mobil
time.
keras.
You can't make these moves anymore. And now they find another
Bagus
weakness
sekali
that Blaze
akainya.
has been waiting to
Aduh.
do. However, the Blaze
Tapi
duet
ada cloud,
takes them
ada
out.
cloud.
He is not
Aduh.
going to get his
Bagus.
moment just yet. Sully Boy coming in pretty hard.
Tapi ada
Takes down
Ling.
Blaze Storm, and now Baptiste looking for an opportunity to take him out. He has to
Ling
execute,
blunder,
but Sully
Ling
Boy
blunder.
on the
Tidak, masih ada
run
Udil.
makes it out of there, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Pie, can he get this kill onto Lusty?
Wan-wannya.
Oh my
Aduh.
goodness.
Wan-wannya.
Tag being popped, and now he has to 2v1 the situation perfectly.
Wan-wannya.
Able to cleanse himself out of there. Repo trying his best, flickers forward, misses it as well.
Udil.
What an absolute
Gila,
outfit,
gila, gila, gila.
Chad.
It was a 3v1. There's only
Sabar.
so much
Udil.
Lapu-Lapu could do, even if it is on Rebo, and he's not having the best game of his life, but he's playing the role that he needs to play.
Tapi minionnya ada push di
No
atas.
stacks on the Festival of Blood, but he did buy time. Enough time to actually force a wave up top.
Ya.
Yep, and now this is where it gets really dangerous here. They want to take this. They want to take this Lord away. Sully Boy is just dancing around.
Lagi
He's
tuh,
trying
Red.
to zone him out of there.
Lordnya. Oh.
He finds two.
Oh.
This is a great opportunity as they get the blazing
Aduh,
trade.
akainya makan lagi. Aduh.
Pulling the rest of the team, but now
Udil.
Kai on the run. He can't
Oh,
do
double
anything. He
kill.
uses cleanse super early on. No Aegis in the way of the dragon will help secure
Oh, tidak.
him in his
Double kill.
grave.
Okay, now
Double
given
kill
that it is
MM-nya.
Yam and Sally Boy who are out, left alive, nothing is impossible as long as you have a retribution. But given, Gideon, that this is what, 25, 23 seconds away from the retribution, there's no way they can steal this. So right now that's Lord number 2 going for BREN Esports.
Berbahaya sekali.
Enhanced minions, meaning Lord is going to be marching down top again. And right now, Sally Boy catches Few. Few going to be able to dash through, but only by him.
Oh,
1
dapat
second
Sally Boy.
more. There's not much Lusty can do.
Yeah, I mean, Lusty, he's going to use the way of the dragon, but it's a little late now. And Yam is just saying, hello, hi, nice concussive blast. It's not going to do much. You thought this was just Lusty to the rest of the BREN fam.
Berbahaya kali.
Revenge of Rebo.
Defend.
Strong. He was bullied earlier on, 3v1s, 4v1s, and here he comes. Hey,
Oh,
Sally Boy,
defend.
welcome to the jungle.
Oh my goodness, I hate the fact that this is game 1 already. This is really nasty. It's really going up to 19 minutes, and this is just an appetizer.
Yo, this is exactly what we've been waiting for. I mean, reality is always going to be better than the imagination. And we've imagined this matchup for the past month. As soon as the groups were announced, as soon as M2 was even announced, we all knew this was going to be it.
Oh yeah, and
Tengah ada pecah.
done. They're able to get both inhibitors. Yam is forcing the fight, forcing
Ya,
the
benda
situation
tubuh
to
sudah
allow
keluar.
BBE some breathing room to get rid of this annoying Luminous Lord, but that doesn't mean that they win just yet. This doesn't mean it's game over.
Yep, they do.
Oh, hancur semua. Oh, ini berbahaya untuk
Not
AE.
trading out anyone, and I think this is just great discipline
Berbahaya
from
banget untuk AE. Aduh.
mid and bottom and build upon that. I'm guessing it might take another Lord before Alter Ego actually goes down. Another Lord, or maybe a good 3-for-1, 4-for-1 trade, because that's what the turnarounds are made of. But right now, like, let's look at the items. Sally Boy just missing 1 more core. Goes ahead and picks up the Queen's Wings. He does have the Wind Talker, as we mentioned. Cartesi, though, he also is just lacking 1 more. I'm guessing he might invest in something like an Immortality.
I just love the fact that Flaptisi is just like, you know what, get rid of my damage. I don't need it anymore. It's just pointless. I'm not going to scale hard enough to be relevant as Cartesi. So as long as I just play my utility, look to clean up a lot of the fights, make sure I keep up my battle spell, I'm going to be relevant in this game when it comes to clearing those waves. Because look, his entire build is made to survive.
This young man refuses to die. 505, that's it. He just doesn't want to add any numbers to that.
Can you imagine if this entire situation is happening because Flaptisi just refuses, like, I'm not going to die to them. I don't want to ruin my KDA. I don't want to ruin it. It's not that I care about my team. It's just I don't want to ruin it at all.
Sometimes the numbers matter. And right now, they're coming for the choke. Gideon, this is miserable for Sally Boy right now. If he can't even get his orange,
Ragu sudah dia telak kali itu dah beda 9.000.
advantage is going to be difficult, and that is an understatement.
Bukan
I mean,
9.000 deh.
it's difficult, but Sully Boy
8.000.
just means that
Berbahaya
his
kali.
damage management, he has to make sure he ensures that kill. If he doesn't get it, it's going to be real tough without those buffs.
Sitting duck.
Oh boy.
Sitting duck this Ling. Again, nerfs have not been kind to Ling, but it's just his kit and what an amazing player like Selly Boy could use with him. But again, you just need that purple. You need the purple and you need the orange. Against a chunky team like this, especially looking at FlapTZ's items, you need the orange to even stand a chance. But right now, yeah, I think FlapTZ spamming the Alter Ego sticker outside the walls of Alter Ego's bases. He is going straight for the psyche.
I think it comes down to whether or not Alter Ego can take out FlapTZ. If they can take him out, it's a free fight. Ribbo, he doesn't scale into this. The most he can do is get on top of Pi, but Pi's going to keep kiting him like we saw earlier. If he manages to get a kill
makin
off
tebal
that
cownya.
is a huge win. If we're talking about Lusty, he's got no damage. Few does not scale
Itu
into
makin
this
tinggi.
in comparison to Udil, who will absolutely chunk you out. And that's why FlapTZ is saying, you know what? I've got to get MR. I've got to get armor. There's no way I'm going to be able to take you all in one fell swoop.
You're right. Now that we put it into perspective, it's all about...
Oh, Jelly Boy terambil. Aduh,
It
berbahaya.
was unfortunate, but that's exactly what happens when you don't have enough energy.
Exactly. And
Mereka
FlapTZ
kehabisan
making
energi.
sure that
Aduh,
battle
gawat.
spell is used to maximum effect. And View is
Langsung
there
bisa
to
ngelor.
put Lusty back into safety, but they can't seem to end this. But they will get this Lord for free. Two members
Ling
inside the with
tanpa
them
energi
already
itu
forcing
nol.
the fight. Wait, Alter Ego, can they actually pull this off? They are trying very hard. Rebo trying his best. 1v5.
Oh,
Pick it up. A godlike coming in for FlapTZ, who
bahaya
comes
kali
in
bila
to give
ditanya.
up the fight. Rebo is still holding on strong as Lusty turns around to say
Okay,
hello,
1-1.
hello, as Few gets chunked out. FlapTZ is coming in. He wants to end this fight. Big battle mirror image comes in.
Oh, masuk dia. Blessing duit. Killing spree.
And there you have it.
Shut down.
That's
Piu,
gonna
piu, piu,
be
piu. Aduh,
the
gawat.
game.
Aduh.
GG. Well played. Going on to BREN Esports.
FlapTZ, your sacrifices have been
What can I say,
appreciated.
guys?
He did say, I don't want to die. But if that's what it
Ada
takes to
Balkan
take
itu.
Lord and win the game, overall, he'll do it. This young man, ladies and gentlemen, a super rookie no more. He
Itulah,
has
guys.
earned his
Kalah dulu.
stripes. The black and yellow are proud.
I mean,
Dia
the
kalah
Black and
dulu,
Red
guys.
definitely should be proud, but you have to give that gold star, that gold medal to Ribbo. That man 1v5 to a 4-man ult to get a
Itulah, guys.
quadruple
Kita akan
stun.
lanjut di game.
That's ridiculous. That literally is ridiculous.
Here's what's crazy, right? There are so many things we can say about the individual members of BREN.